Hello, everybody. Welcome to Youth Connect. I'm Aiden.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
I'm Joshua.
I'm Nibras.
I'm Jeffrey.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another amazing Friday and another amazing episode of Youth Connect. For those who don't know what Youth Connect is a news, interest, entertainment show that was created during the pandemic for the community, by the community. Everyone here is all advocators with abilities, and we are here to share you a whole bunch of news, from gaming news, good story news, to even podcast news, and even some live music. I know it's a show that you are going to love. Now, you met my other co-hosts as they said their names in the beginning, but starting off Youth Connect, we always have to do some gaming news. All right, if you're a reoccurring watcher or a classical enjoyer of a brand new series that you want to check out, the first start of Youth Connect always has to be our Spotlight Game of the Week. Now, what in the world could that mean? Well, it's basically a game that I want to shine the light on that has either came out, that is going to be releasing soon, or sometimes I might do an old classic. But today we're going to talk about one that has been doing it for years and years and years, and we keep getting each one every single time. May I talk about today's game of the week, which is Just Dance 2023. So this game is absolutely amazing. Every single year they release 1 year ahead of its usual time. So Just Dance 2022, guess when that was released? In 2021. And the one before that, 2020. And the one before that. And it kept going on and on as the years went by. And today, well, actually 3 days ago it released, we have Just Dance 2023. Now, for the first time ever, due to the factor of this famous band, you can dance to BTS with Dynamite and other top chart hits. Now with new online multiplayer, personalization, 3D immersive worlds, and new songs and modes year-round. You can experience a never-ending dance party all year long. So, what's the new stuff that's in this new Just Dance? Well, you can host a private group and invite up to 5 other players and play like you're all in the same room. So that means if you guys are a bit away from each other, if you both have the game, guess what? You could play in the same room, and it'll be just like you are playing with them. You can also discover playlists and game modes and songs thanks to a new intuitive user interface. Everything is literally just one click away. My goodness. You can also get a personalized experience, which Just Dance 2022 tried to dip their fingers into, with custom-made sessions and songs tailored to your preferences and playing habits. And awesomely, you can always get the 1 month free access to Just Dance Plus with new tracks added all year long and exclusive seasonal benefits. And if you do know with Just Dance Plus, you also get access to the original Just Dance songs from previous iterations of the game. But the original one is pretty good, I must say. I love In the Summertime. That was probably my favorite Just Dance song. So I recommend that you check out Just Dance 2023, especially if you want to get your family off of the couch and onto the dance floor, because this game will definitely have you rock, or it's going to have your socks be rocked right off. Anyways, though, next up is Kevin, and Kevin has with us some all-important news.
Good afternoon. You're listening to Kevin Aruja on Youth Connect. Let's go with our headlines. Plane exits runway during landing at Waterloo Airport. Burlington establishing 6-week indoor mask requirement for city employees. Black Friday off to quiet start in GTA as deals spread over weeks, offers smashed online. And Canadian men push Belgium to the limit but lose with a score of 1-0 in return to World Cup. A Flair Airlines plane for Vancouver to Kitchener-Waterloo with 134 passengers on board ran off the highway in Waterloo this morning. Waterloo Regional Police said one passenger was treated by paramedics at a scene for a minor physical injury, No other injuries were reported. Police say that our area surrounding the airport is currently closed to traffic. Passengers deplaned the aircraft and were taken to the terminal by bus. The safety and well-being for our passengers and crew is our top priority, a spokesperson for Flair Airlines said. The mayor of a city west of Toronto says municipal employees will have to wear masks for the next 6 weeks amid rising illnesses among staff and in the wider community. Masks will be required for all employees in city facilities, with some exceptions, but they will not be required for members of the public at those venues. Mead Ward said increasing staff absences due to illness have it difficult to deliver city services, as the situation is causing burnout among those remaining who must cover the work of their sick colleagues. The masking requirements will be evaluated in the coming weeks. Black Friday is off to a quiet start at some stores in Canada, with fewer pre-dawn lineups have once epitomized this betting event. Retailers have increasingly stretched deals over several weeks and offer similar discounts online, taking some of the urgency out of the early morning shopping trips. Retail analyst Bruce Winder says this dilution of Black Friday has spread promotions over a longer period, with many retailers offering the same discount over the entire week or more. He says a Toronto area retail strip mall showed little early morning activity, with only a few people gathered outside a Walmart before it opened at 6 a.m. The parking lot of local Best Buy, once the epicenter of pre-dawn Black Friday crowds as consumers saw deep discounts on electronics, was a quite little over an hour before its 8 a.m. opening. And Canada put it on a show in its return to the World Cup after a 36-year absence, but failed to convert his chances at advancing with a score of 1-0 loss to Belgium on Wednesday. The 41st ranked Canadians looked anything but odd at the occasion, repeatedly forcing the second ranked Belgians onto the back foot. And Canada had a glorious chance to score its first ever World Cup goal and take the lead in the 10th minute, only to see Thibaut Courtois, the expected gadget-like Belgian goalkeeper. They stopped Alphonso Davies. Penalty attempt after Yannick Carrasco was yellow carded for handball. The 22-year-old Edmonton clutched his face in disappointment. The loud and proud Canadian contingent in the crowd of 40,432 at Hamad bin Ali Stadium loved it. Clad in red and waving maple leaves, they rode at every name during the introduction of the Canadian starting lineup and Herdman. It was a goosebumps-giving reception worthy of such a long wait. The road to Qatar has been filled with 36 years of frustration. And on weather, chance of rain showers in the evening at night. Saturday will be sunny with lights of 9 degrees and lows of 5 degrees. More rain is expected on Sunday. The work week ranges from highs of 6 degrees and lows for 4 degrees and 0 in some days. In my interesting fact of the week, I take you to the Middle Eastern country of Qatar. And although I do live in the Middle East of many years, but I never had the opportunity to visit Qatar. As you probably already know, the Soccer World Cup 2022 is taking place in Qatar, as we are seeing right now. But besides that, what do you know about Qatar? Well, let me see. Qatar is the first Arab country to host FIFA's Soccer World Cup. The country has built 9 new stadiums for this mega sports event. Qatar lies in the Middle East, and the country is located on the Asian continent. The country only shares one short land border with Saudi Arabia that lays to the sound of Qatar. The border length is 87 kilometers / 44 miles. Qatar can be reached via land from Saudi Arabia or otherwise sea or air. The national airline is Qatar Airways, as is one of the largest airlines in the world. The Qatar Airways logo includes the head of an oryx, the national animal of Qatar. The population of Qatar is roughly 3 million. The capital city is Doha. The language spoken is Arabic. The government is absolute monarchy. This country has been ruled by the Al Thani family. Emir of Qatar, Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, rules the country since 2013. The Arabian oryx is the national animal. Most food produced must be imported into the country, and thus the citizens rely on good relationship with nearby countries. Qatar, however, is a very rich country due to its mineral resources such as oil and natural gas. Qatar has the third largest natural gas reserves in the world after Russia and Iran. The main trading partners of Qatar are India, China, Japan, South Korea, the USA, and the United and UK. So now we come to end of my segment to the next week for another segment of news, weather, and our very own interesting fact. And now over to Aiden.
Main thing that I want to talk about here, Kevin, is that with the FIFA World Cup, I cannot believe it. It has been, Canada has made it into the World Cup this year, which is absolutely awesome. And you know what? We did have a rough time in the beginning, but you know what Canada said? Canada said that the match that we had versus Germany was one of the most exhilarating and awesome introductions back into one of the world's biggest soccer games. And you know what? That really just shows the Canadian spirit of being not a sore loser, but being a good loser, I guess I would use. And how about everyone else? What did everyone else think about Kevin's news?
I can go first.
Yeah,
I love
sure.
your stories, Kevin, and good stories. But I could say that for the FIFA story, my personal opinion is that they shouldn't be countries that hosting the World Cup. There should be only one country or two countries that have the infrastructure for holding these events because as you can see, they built a lot of stadiums, a lot of people were sacrificed. So I do think that if for the next World Cup, there should be only one countries that should only be hosting that. So because they like Los Angeles, they have a lot of stadiums they're using, right? So Rio, they're not no they're nobody's using those stadiums they were built, right? So that's my opinion. But good job.
Thank you. Thank you. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
The Los Angeles build, some other arenas.
You know what? Thank you so much, Kevin, for the news. And you know what? I bet you my bottom dollar that Canada's going to do so well in the upcoming matches that it has prepared. I'm pretty sure the next person that they have next is Croatia. So anyways, on to my second gaming news. It is time for some very serious glitchy news. Well, you remember a few months in the past, the great glitchiest game of the year, Cyberpunk 2077, was crowned one of the most greatest and most hilarious buggy games of all time. The game was broken and was really kind of just having some really game-breaking glitches, being able to complete the game in 2 minutes. That's pretty scary for a developer. But guess who? The major main company of Nintendo has now joined the ranks of the world's glitchiest game. Now, there is controversial debate on this, but I just want to talk about the seriousness of it all. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the brand new iteration of the brand new Pokemon game. The new monster collecting RPG from Game Freak, classical Game Freak. They have been getting backlash, actually, since they launched on November 18th for objectively terrible technical performance that is only outshone by the immense number of glitches. Now, there's at least one bug that's good, and you know what that is? It lets you hunt for shiny Pokemon super easily. These two games clearly weren't ready for prime time, and now some players are seeking refunds from Nintendo. So it's had a weird launch. Among the shortcomings are frame rates that are slow to a crawl, horrendous graphic pop-ins, and characters and monsters clipping through each other. What in the world? And even Pokeballs create some peculiar issues, such as causing the scenery to disappear or making the camera go haywire. The flaws are seemingly endless, impacting gameplay so much that Scarlet and Violet has become the worst reviewed game in the series, which is a 2.8 out of 5. Over on Reddit, buyers have been demanding refunds for their digital purchase, and since the game's official launch last Friday, November the 18th, what's more, many are claiming success. So, if you know, Nintendo does not in any circumstance give back refunds. So, a AAA title not doing very well and getting the lowest review, they sadly had to give back refunds on the game. I really do hope this is not a Cyberpunk 2077 moment, and I really hope that they fix these bugs soon. But apparently, a lot of people are saying that it's not a lot of fun because you keep glitching all over the place, and they wanted a AAA game without some glitches here and there. But you know what? A lot of fans, especially the shiny hunters, are saying that it's absolutely glorious because they're able to catch them super easily. So I mean, which side are you on? Are you on the shiny hunter side or are you on the gameplay perspective side? You choose. Honestly, in my opinion, I have dropped from the Pokemon series ever since I would say Sword and Shield released. So I'm not really much into the gaming know-how of Pokemon, but if it's related to glitches, I certainly do love corrupting a game or learning a few glitches here and there. Anyways, though, next up is Joshua, and Joshua has with us some good story news and, of course, your very favorite animal news.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Connect Now for a good news story. A baby born weighing 1.8 pounds has finally come home after spending 4 months in the hospital fighting for life. A baby born weighing less than a loaf of bread finally returned home to sleep in her own room. Lauren Ormiston pregnancy was initially smooth and sailing. All her scans came back healthy. Even the one at 20 weeks she expected to welcome her baby on July 1st. But on March 4, she began to get severe pains in her abdomen, and when she went to the hospital in Surrey, England, she learned she was going into premature labor. She was immediately induced, and 2 hours later gave birth to a baby Elisa, weighing just 1.8 pounds. Doctors told the 27-year-old and her fiance that the baby had only a 10% chance of survival due to her size. Laura could only cuddle Elisa for a few minutes before she was taken to a ventilator. Baby Elisa was later diagnosed with level 2 bleed on the brain and a hole in the heart. She looked so small and fragile, like she would snap at the slightest bit of movement, Lauren told SWNS News. She was so worried but knew her baby girl was a fighter. At 6 weeks, mother and daughter finally had their first cuddle since the birth. Her little hand was barely the size of the tip of the husband's pinky finger. It felt like she never made it, but to see her now is like a miracle, Lauren added. It was a roller coaster, but but Lauren is now over the moon that Elisa is home and happy. She continues to be in disbelief that her scan at 20 weeks can come back fine, but was rushed to hospital just 2 weeks later. She was emphasized how it's important to pay attention to those pains and trust your gut feeling. Elisa is a bundle of joy, and the family couldn't be happier with the little girl they have now. She further added, "We are so proud of her for fighting, and now we get to enjoy every minute in the comfort of our own home." Now for another good news story. An Ontario boy from Arnprior who has a rare disorder got to live out the dream after spending some time at the Canadian Tire Center with Ottawa Senators captain Brady Tkachuk. Eden Harris 9 was diagnosed in 2021 with a plastic anemia, which means his body was not producing enough new blood cells. Eden and his mother Amanda recently spent time at Toronto Sickkids Hospital where he underwent a bone marrow transplant. Eden family began selling stickers with the hashtag Eden Strong to help cover some of the cost of traveling to Toronto to undergo the treatment. The Senators released a video of Eden and his little brother Cameron playing sledge hockey with Tkachuk and some other Ottawa Senators after practice. Eden gave Tkachuk an Eden Strong ball cap when they met. Sledge hockey is played on a small sled and is a game adapted for people with disabilities. Tkachuk said it was hard that he was sweating more than he did in practice. Eden gave Tkachuk a few pointers, especially about safety. "Why aren't you wearing a helmet?" he asked. Kachuk then promptly put a helmet on. Aiden's father, Ryan Harris, said he was happy to see the Senators on the sleds. We are really happy that Brady was willing to jump on with them and push the sport," he said. You can watch the Senators video on their Twitter account. Now turning to animal interest news. Just before her 27th birthday, a British cat has been officially recognized as the oldest living cat. Don't let appearances fool you. Flossie might still be as beautiful and playful as Kitty, but she's a senior lady. At the age of 26 years old and 329 days, roughly the feline equivalent of 120 human years, the record-breaking pet is in good health, although poorly sighted and deaf. Flossie is a beautiful brown and black kitty with a gentle disposition, and she loves cuddles, food, and has seen different homes throughout her long life. Her current owner, Vicky, says that she is still playful and curious, not bothered by being deaf. She quickly adapts to new environments despite her lack of sight. Every day, you can either find Flossie purring and napping by her owner, curled in her favorite yellow blanket, or enjoying a nice big bowl of food. Recently, Flossie's future has taken an uncertain turn because in 2022 she found herself homeless after over 26 years of happiness. Because most cat owners prefer the idea of adopting a much younger cat, Flossie seemed destined to stay in a cat shelter, facing the serious possibility of spending the rest of her life looking for a home. Flossie, however, was lucky. Before too long, a match was made with a possible new mom by the name of Vicky Green. With her new favorite yellow blanket, a warm bed, and loads of love and cuddles, Flossie is now a very happy cat, and Vicky is excited to begin this new chapter of their new life together. Vicky hopes that Flossie's story will also encourage future and potential cat owners to consider giving sanctuary to older cats. All these animals want is a comfy bed and a peaceful, loving home. They can offer so much affection, but often find themselves ending their days in shelters. Welcoming a senior or disabled animal into their home has brought many pet owners incredible joys. We wish Flossie the best, and we look forward to seeing her next adventures. This is Joshua Show reporting for Youth Connect. That's it for me. Now I'll send it back to you, Aiden.
We're here. Hello, guys. So, did you guys know with the animal news that Joshua shared with us, this amazing cat named Flossie, has won also the Guinness World Record for the world's oldest cat. That is quite an accomplishment. Getting into the Guinness World Records, my goodness. And you know what? This cat may be poorly sighted and deaf, but you know what? It's still apparently in very good health. And I am surprised that it is such a fighter. Anyways, what did everyone else think about it? What did you think, Nibras? You, Kevin, you, Jeffrey, what did you think?
May I go first?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, go.
Oh, thank you. The second part of the news is a good, Senator's captain, being a friend, the rare, being a friend with a fan, it's all right.
True.
I kind of like it.
Do you want to go next, Nibras?
Yeah, sure. Oh my god. It was so cute. I just want to hug her. I just want to hold her. It's so cute. I have a cat, but it's so cute. And even the name, man, the Flossie. It's just amazing. I hope she does the Flossie dance.
Oh, no. The cat doing the floss. Thank you so much, Joshua, for all of your good story news and your animal news, because everyone loves it. Moving on to the last video game news, we have to do our board game of the week, similar to our video game of the week, but now it's a board game and not a digital video game. And today's board game is something a little bit more heated up. It's called Heat, Pedal to the Metal. Based on simple and intuitive hand management, Heat, Pedal to the Metal puts players in the driver's seat of intense car races, jockeying for position to cross the finish line first, while managing their car speed if they don't want to overheat, selecting the right upgrades for their car that will help them hug the curves and keep their engine cool to maintain top speeds. Ultimately, their driving skills will be the key to victory. Drivers can compete in a single race or use the championship system to play a whole season in one game night, customizing their car before each race to claim top spot of the podium. They have to be careful, though, as the weather, road conditions, and events will change every race to spice up their championship. Players will also enjoy a solo mode with the Legends module or add automated drivers as additional opponents in multiplayer games. You know what this somewhat sounds like? This kind of reminds me of F1 racing. And you know what? I love F1 racing. It's so cool to watch. And you know what? Did you guys know that race car spelled backwards is race car? Palindromes, am I right? They're kind of weird. Anyways, next up we have Nebraska. Nebraska has with us some entertainment and podcast news.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys today? My name is Nibras Khan, and I'm yours for the entertainment news. Let's get in our top story. And our top story is about Marvel. Marvel Studios has taken action to remove a spoilery episode from Disney Plus ahead of the Guardians Galaxy Holiday Special. Yes, Disney Plus just recently stirred up controversy among fans after accidentally revealing a major spoiler from the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Just 2 days ahead of its Friday, today, November 25th, which is today, release date, as has been a tradition for the MCU's Phase 4, the lead up to the special presentation was accompanied by new episodes of the Legends Disney Plus series to recap the history of its two starring heroes, Drax and Mantis. Unfortunately, the final moments of the Mantis episode included a deleted scene from Volume 2 that reveals that Palm Clementive's character Mantis Guardian to be the secret sister of Chris Pratt's Peter Quill. Yes, Mantis is or could be the sister of Peter Quill, indicating it will be relevant to the holiday special. So in the episode, they did some dialogues. So I actually watched the episode. So I'm just going to read a few dialogues. So Drax, why don't you want me to tell him? Mantis shrugs. Drax, he should know you're his sister. Mantis, our only connection is the source of his greatest shame. I think not. So less than 1 day after premiering on Disney Plus, the Mantis and Drax episodes of the Marvel Studios Legends recap series were removed from the service after seemingly spoiling one reveal from the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. These episodes hit the service on Wednesday, November 23rd, just 2 days before the special presentation of the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas Special drops on Friday, November 25th, which is today. However, they were only up for 15 hours after fans began to complain about the potential spoiler. Disney's decision to remove these episodes so quickly only further cements how the scene's inclusion in Legends was actually an accident. These recaps will likely return to the service alongside the special on Friday, perhaps with the spoilery moment now removed after causing outrage for many. Nonetheless, the damage is done and will likely give me 2 seconds. Yeah, so and the damage is done and will likely be one of the holiday special's biggest revelations, who has unfortunately has been outed just days before its arrival. One can only wonder what Gunn will be thinking. Oh my god, yes. So I did watch the episode. When I was watching, that was funny. I don't know why they put it there. I mean, a director, a stage director, or whoever is in charge, go through the episode, right? Or whoever wrote those lines were just I cannot say anything, man. It's just blown. My mind is blown. Because when I was watching, I said, wait, what is this? I was confused. And I said, oh, yeah. So they did reveal. So this was gonna be revealed in the holiday special, which is today. I did not watch it. I'm gonna watch it after this. But I am sad that they didn't reveal it earlier. But it happens. Now, before I go to my second story, I'd like to give you guys a fact of the day. And today's fact of the day is, drum roll, please. Did you guys know I was in a car full of water and the water was still here? Yes, that's true. So in Pakistan, in August when I went in 2019, it was raining a lot. And what happens in Karachi and most of the areas is water fills up to the roads, right? It doesn't rain. So they have that problem. Just fills up, so everyone's walking in water, dirty water. Cars are going. So what happened? It was in August when my flight was there. That day at night, I went with my uncle. He wanted me to drop. So I wanted him to drop. So he said, "Okay, I'll go with you." So when I went in his car. So what happened was while he was driving, the water came up, and then for some reason while we were driving, the road was clear, not a lot of water, but all of a sudden when he took the turn, there was a lot of water. So when he went into the water, the water came into the car, all my phone, and thankfully my passport didn't get washed, but my phone did. So the water came till here, but when we passed, the water went down. So yeah, that was an interesting moment in my life. That was my first time. But anyways, I hope you like this fact. It was an interesting fact as usual. So now to my second story. So my second story is about a podcast. Of course, you know that. So the podcast name is Beyond To-Do List. So aimed at helping you increase personal productivity, Eric Fisher interviews people, strategies they have put in place to succeed both personally and professionally. As a young professional learning to balance the demands of professional life, growing personal responsibilities, and the other social activities, in productivity is key. Luckily, episodes of Beyond To-Do List feature topics like importance of routine, importance of being on time, increasing mindfulness, and how to prioritize your most productive activities. This podcast will leave you refreshed and inspired to take your busy schedule by the rein. So I love this podcast. So it talks about how to be on time, how to make a schedule, which things are important, activities, sports, everything. I just love this podcast. I highly recommend for you guys who just like to make a schedule. Maybe it can be a better schedule, right? You never know. So I really recommend this podcast. So the podcast name is Beyond the To-Do List. Beyond the To-Do List. And that's all from me. As always, this is Nibras Khan from Youth Connect. I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Take care. Back to it. Bye, guys. Thank you.
I must say, Nebraska, my favorite part of your news is always about the podcasts. I know that I'm not much into the entertainment section, but I always love learning about the new podcasts. And today's podcast was Beyond the To-Do List, which was all about getting your life in kind of like a positioning and correcting your life by having
making a schedule, right?
Yeah,
you're making
getting your life in a list. So you have lists, notes, getting yourself organized. And I always love a podcast that can help me and my brain get a bit more organized. Because trust you me, I get a little bit disorganized all the time. So maybe listening to that podcast might help. Also, for everyone else, what did you guys think about about Nebraska's news?
I think the podcast news is good. Yeah, I'm always on a fan of entertainment news. Like the podcast news is better.
As much as I love the entertainment, I don't watch movies as much as I do. I mean, more I'm into the video game kind of style because obviously that's my territory, I guess is the correct word to use. But you know what? I do love podcasts because I have my own. And you know what? It's always nice to hear about other people's podcasts because then I get to learn about how they talk and see if I can implement some skills they have into my speaking skills. Well, I just want to say thank you so much, Nebraska, for your news. And obviously, guys, we have to do the last bit of our Youth Connect. And honestly, it's always great to hear some live music with our live musician, Jeffrey.
Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. I'm Jeffrey, your live musician, and I'm gonna play an original song. This is a brand original song because it's about who we are as a group, Superability Crew, and that's what the song's about. So hope you like it. Want to know something what's new? Yeah, you do. Just listen. You can be inspired. Perhaps find someone to hire. Need a person to speak. Maybe in a few weeks. A photographer, an artist, a broadcaster too. We have some for every occasion. All you do. Need bracelets to look pretty. Perhaps someone to sing a little ditty. Musician for you, be surely inspired. And so much more to explore. Puzzles of glory. Positives and endless. Can't you see? Stand together in victory. We are Superability Crew. Maybe you need someone with pictures if you're on a photography tour. Maybe you want someone to you in a mystical view or something new. Or perhaps you want to see yourself in another angel. Computers are the key. It's technology you see. Standing together in victory. We are Superability Crew. We are Superability Crew. Hey lovers, let's stay here. God is you. Could you even have someone to tell you the news? You choose. Possibilities and endless. Can't you see? Stand together in victory. We are Superability Crew. We are Superability Crew. You can be inspired. Perhaps find someone to hire. Need a person to speak. Maybe in a few weeks. A photographer, an artist, newscaster too. We have some for every occasion. All you do. Your bracelets to look pretty. Fact something to sing a little ditty. Musician for you, be surely inspired. And so much more to explore. Puzzles of glory. Maybe you need someone for pictures to take you on a photography tour. Maybe you want someone to paint you in a mystical view or something new. Or perhaps you want to see yourself in another angel. Computers are the key. It's technology, all you see. They love us. Yes, they are here. God is too. Could even have someone tell you news. You choose. Possibilities and endless. Can't you see? Stand together in victory. We are Super Ability Crew. We are Super Ability Crew. Possibilities endless. Can't you see? Stand together in victory. We are Super Ability Crew. We are Super Ability Crew. Thank you, everybody. This is Jeffrey, your live musician. I'll see you all next week. And it's back to Aiden. Bye, everybody.
All right, guys. Another original song from the amazing Jeffrey, Super Ability Crew. Now, I absolutely love it because that is something that we're on about. Super Ability Crew. If you ever look it up, you might find something interesting that you might want to be part of. And if you are interested, I recommend that you try to join us. Other than that, though, this is the end of our Youth Connect. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification bell.
Other than that, guys, we will see you all next week. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.